If credit card rewards were actually free, banks wouldn't offer them.
Credit card rewards sound like free money, but that idea is a lie.
You don't need money to make money. That sounds wrong, because it is. But every single day, millions of people do exactly that, quietly, legally, and right in front of the banking system. They use credit cards, not to buy things, not to go into debt, but to extract value. And the strangest part is this: the banks know it's happening. They built the system this way. Most people just never slow down enough to see it. So today, we're going to slow it down. No jargon, no hacks that get you banned, no fantasies. Just how credit cards actually work and how that creates an opening. Right now, this matters more than ever. Interest rates are high, inflation quietly eats your paycheck, and cash doesn't go very far anymore. Meanwhile, credit card rewards are bigger than they've ever been. So the obvious question is, who's paying for all of this? Because it's not free money. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Credit cards do not make you money. Other people do. Specifically, people who carry balances. Every reward point, every cashback dollar, every free flight, it comes from interest payments and merchant fees paid by someone else. When you swipe a card, the store loses around 2 to 3% of that transaction. That money goes to the card network, the bank, and the reward pool. If you pay your balance in full, you avoid interest, but you still collect the reward, which means structurally you are extracting value from the system without paying the main cost. That's the loophole. And it only works if you follow the rules precisely. Let's walk through the system step by step. Imagine you buy groceries for $100. You swipe a card, the store receives about $97. The bank fronts the full $100. You get points, cash back, or miles. Now the clock starts ticking. If you pay that $100 back before the due date, no interest is charged, zero. So the bank earns its money from the merchant fee, not from you. Repeat that process across rent, bills, fuel, insurance, subscriptions, business expenses, travel, anything you would have paid for anyway. You're not spending more, you're changing the payment rail. That's the key difference most people miss. This isn't about buying things you don't need. It's about rerouting expenses you already have. Now here's where the phrase "with no money" starts to make sense. Because you're not investing cash, you're leveraging timing. Credit cards give you an interest-free loan for 30 to 55 days. During that window, your money stays in your bank account, or earns interest, or offsets other expenses. You get float, and float has value. It's subtle, but across a year, it adds up. Now let's talk numbers. A basic 2% cashback card on $40,000 of annual spending returns $800. No investment, no risk, no market exposure, just discipline. Travel cards often do more, but with complexity. Sign-up bonuses alone can be worth $500 to $1,000 in flights or hotels. That's not a side hustle, that's arbitrage. Banks compete aggressively for high-spending, low-risk customers, so they offer bonuses up front, hoping most people will eventually slip. Most do. Miss one payment, carry one balance, and the math flips violently against you. At 20% interest, that $800 disappears fast. This is the uncomfortable part. The system only rewards people who don't need it, people with stable income, predictable cash flow, and the discipline to never carry a balance. If you ever hear someone say, "I'll pay it off later," they've already lost. Because the moment interest enters the picture, you are no longer extracting value. You are funding someone else's rewards. This is why the hype is misleading. You'll hear phrases like credit card hacking or free money. That language hides the risk. The reality is far less exciting and far more precise. This is a game of margins. 2% here, 3% there, one sign-up bonus spread across a year. Done carefully, it works. Done emotionally, it fails. Now zoom out for a moment. Why does this system exist at all? Because consumer spending drives the economy. Banks want transactions. Merchants want customers. Card networks want volume. Rewards encourage spending. Interest punishes mistakes. That tension is the business model. From the bank's perspective, a small group of disciplined users is acceptable. as long as the majority behaves predictably. And statistically, they do. Most people carry balances. Most people miss payments occasionally. Most people underestimate compounding interest, which means the system remains profitable and stable. But here's the risk no one likes to mention. Your behavior must remain boring. No chasing bonuses you can't meet. No increasing spending to earn points. No treating credit as income.
The system doesn't collapse when people fail. It depends on it. Every swipe puts you closer to one of two roles: the person quietly extracting value or the person quietly funding it. The difference isn't income. It isn't intelligence. It's behavior. And the line between the two? You don't cross it loudly. You cross it when nothing feels wrong.
I'm Leo, your wealth guide. See you in the next video.